Hello, I'm EpiXSlicker and welcome back to the Minecraft Bedrock video. So recently the Minecraft developers did solicit a bunch of feedback regarding this version of the game because one of the criticisms it gets a lot is that it's really buggy, but not all of the people who suggest that it's buggy actually contribute to the bugs.mojang.com website, and that's why today I figured I'd give that a tiny bit of a signal boost while also mentioning that there's a lot of tiny things about Minecraft Bedrock when it compares to Minecraft Console that you wouldn't necessarily notice if you first played that game. I've played years and years of Minecraft Console, and there's lots of tiny things that I think you wouldn't pick up when you first played Minecraft Console, you wouldn't pick up when you played it for the 5th time, but there are some things that I've definitely picked up over my years that seem just so wildly different, that seem, they grind me down a little bit every time I play this version, and I figured, for the developers and for whoever else wants to listen, why not go through 5 key differences that really drive me the tiniest bits nuts, because yeah, basically there's some tiny changes that developers might not be aware of that perhaps they could fix to make the game a bit more understandable to Minecraft Console players, so that's what today's video is all about. Also, if you want it, you can see this as like a fun, oh yeah, today what we're going to be doing is going through 5 things you might not know about Minecraft Console. So do you know all 5 of them? That's right, 2-in-1 video. Hope you enjoy it. Give it a like if you do, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let's know you do like these sorts of videos, and also that you like me having Bedrock in my hands. So Minecraft Bedrock, do you like that? That's me being classy. So with that said though, let's get straight into the very first thing that I feel like is different with Minecraft Bedrock and Minecraft Console/Java. And this one's actually a pretty big one because one of my favorite builds is making a rainbow beacon, but that's not possible on Minecraft Bedrock. I'm not sure too much about why the architecture makes this so different, but basically if you place stained glass over a beacon in this version, as you can see, it goes orange after that point. If you put a thing down, then it'll go that color once it passes through. However, the thing you can't do is place multiple stained glasses to get a kind of like blurred effect. So if I place red there, one, it takes some time to switch, which is weird, and then as soon as it hits orange, instead of going into a reddy orange color, it goes straight into the same orange that it was before. And in case you don't believe me, I'm going to break this one right here. As you can see, literally no difference when the red goes away. It's just the same color of orange. No matter how many red stained glasses I put here, it's going to be the exact same color regardless. If I put all those red and then I put an orange up here, it's not going to change anything because it's only going to be red while it's going through red stained glass. I don't know why the system works this way. I'm not sure why they don't have a blurred color effect. I'm sure it might be an engine effect and maybe it isn't fixable, but in case it is and it's just something people haven't mentioned, one of my favorite builds, and a lot of people's favorite builds, like one of the key things people say they first found my channel for, was the rainbow beacon, which doesn't transfer over to Bedrock, and it makes a few people a little bit sad. Like, what's the deal with that? It's a change with Minecraft Bedrock. So the second thing, that this one actually literally kills people. So you can save a life right now if you even know about this, or if you're a developer and you manage to fix this, because one of the key issues with the Minecraft Bedrock platform is especially with the aquatic update, is whenever you crouch like this, as you can see I'm crouched, or it's better when you've got a controller because you actually toggle it down, but so let me do that right now, on the spot. Just realized, let's throw a controller in just so we can, have toggle crouch. Because fun fact, when you use a keyboard, you get the kind of crouch that, you have to hold it down yourself. When you play with a controller, like I'm doing, like I'm gonna do right now, as you can see, let you get those buttons to show what's going on. If I press right on the stick, it holds down no matter what, right? So I don't have to hold down the right stick, I hold it down and it presses. So everyone knows that, easy stuff. But if I now open the inventory, as you can see, I get uncrouched, but I assume I'm not crouching and I'm standing out here on the middle of nothing, by the way. Like seriously, look at what's the edge of a block you can actually stand on, and then basically if I make any move at all, if I even move a tiny bit to the right, then guess what, I fall off, and you could fall 20 blocks and die. I've so close to died so many times. I have an elytra so I can actually save myself, but so many people have just been like, well, I don't have an elytra because I haven't been playing for how many tens of thousands you need to get one, and therefore I died. So that sucks, doesn't it? So yeah, one of the big changes in this version is they've made it so you can't crouch and then open your inventory, you can't crouch and then open start either. I don't know why that's the case, but actually, fun enough, there is a small update on this one because they have suggested that it's not a bug, it's just a feature which is missing, and arguably it's somewhere between a bug and a feature, but it's something I wanted to mention regardless because I feel like that needs a lot of priority, because honestly, it doesn't really make sense to have a toggle crouch that doesn't stay toggled when you do something else. Imagine if you toggled, your inventory buttons off and they didn't stay toggled when you, like opened your start menu, and it's like, oh, we didn't know you meant toggle forever. No, when you toggle into crouch, you want to be the one who untoggles it. You don't want the game to decide for you, and that is really what that comes down to. So the third thing that's different on this version, and I've been playing around with this for so long, and I still can't discern why it's the case, so I'm just going to share my feedback right here on this one. And that is the fact that when you try to launch your firework into the sky, you know, like from a small height especially. From larger heights, it usually doesn't happen, but still sometimes does. Fireworks won't let you launch yourself, so I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so as you can see, that worked just fine. But if I go from a height like this, and then, okay, it's going to it's going to work almost every time, but the thing is, it doesn't work every time. As you can see, that time it didn't work. If I try this again, that time it works. And it's just like, why does this not work sometimes? I don't actually understand it. It doesn't seem to have a consistency to it, and fireworks and elytras need to be consistent. When you're trying to, you know, not die, fly, you know, somewhere, upwards especially, you need to be able to rely on it, and I don't understand why it doesn't always work. Again, I can't find any, you know, replicable you know, conditions under why it doesn't work. You saw it happen right there, where the firework is being activated, but it's not launching me forward. So here you can see, one more time, that time it works, but this time, I'm gonna assume, okay, that time it does work. But yeah, it has a really low success rate for me, like, you know, 70, 80%, which, you know, you might think 78%, like, it works 4 out of 5 times, so I can't, but those 20 other percent, that means I can't ever take risks in case it just duds on me, because then you die. So yeah, being able to launch your elytra from low ground jumps, they actually added it to the game recently because you used to not be able to do it at all, but now it doesn't work all of the time, and I don't understand. Is that a bug? Is that a feature? Am I missing something huge? Because I've spent so long trying to perfect it, and I haven't come up with anything. So next up here, I wanted to talk about a creative feature, and I don't know why, but like creative running in this version, it just feels off. It doesn't feel how it should feel, and again, maybe when you're playing only with touch devices, it's not an issue, but whenever I play with my keyboard or when I play with my you know, controller, I notice it especially badly. So you can see I'm running and it's happening just fine. But the thing is if you start to, if you enter momentum from midair, just like this, and then you try to sprint, it feels a bit weird sometimes, like you don't move as fast as you'd expect. This time I actually am, but like there's some real slowdown that sometimes happen when you're sprinting. And the other thing about this is you can't go up at any real fast speed. Even if you point your character all the way up, look at my my Y position on the left there, I'm going up at pretty much normal speed. There's no way to increase your speed up. Even if you look downwards, it's the same speed. And there's something about that just feels kind of weird. So also, beacons, you can't see them past a certain distance, which is weird because they're meant to be beacons. They're not meant to be, you know, like nearby them you can see them. Like beacon means can see from the distance. Should mention that now, by the way. Like seriously, I don't know why that is, but yeah. Staying on the point of this one though, you can't launch yourself up very fast. I found a way around this, which is if you fly in creative and then firework yourself up. But again, most of the time when you're flying, you don't necessarily have I'm just saying it's a thing you can do, but it's a thing a lot of people don't know how to do, and it's something that is, I guess, mildly frustrating. Finally, so again, here's number 5 of 5 things that either you might not have known or that, you know, hopefully could be fixed. And it's actually to do with the biome size. So this one is way bigger than the other things. This would require an entire, you know, like brand new biome setting of some form. But I wanted to mention this because, again, it's not obvious if you play Minecraft Java and you play Minecraft Bedrock. The biome sizes between the two, there's not a huge difference. Minecraft Bedrock obviously has bigger biomes, but it's like Minecraft Bedrock, you can see more, so it makes sense to have bigger biomes. But the thing is Minecraft Console Edition has such tiny worlds in comparison to this. So bear in mind the distance between like my island and this next island over here is like half the size of a Minecraft 360 world. And keep in mind that when you have even, you know, 5,000 by 5,000 worlds, the biome size is kind of scaled with that. So they meant that this biome right here would be something like the largest biome scale you could enable. And this is a pretty small biome for Minecraft Bedrock. If we look over there to this, you know, forest, the biome sizes are just huge on this version of the game. And again, bear in mind that on Minecraft console, you know, it's first of all, it's bigger than Minecraft Java to begin with, and then also keep in mind that because it's so much bigger than even the large option in Minecraft console, it's like, okay, what biome size do you want? I don't get to pick, and it's stuck on extra large. It's jarring, and if there was a choice to have smaller biomes, even if it had to be like a, you know, like a cheat option enable or something like that, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see some other world generation options, but the one that really gets me sometimes is the distance between certain biomes, the lengths you have to go. And honestly, personally, I'm slowly over it because like I love exploration in Minecraft, but some people it's just like, oh, I've been searching for 7,000 blocks and I haven't found a mesa biome yet, and it's like, maybe that's good, maybe that's what they're going for. If it is, that's fine, but if it's not, then there is a key issue, you know, if you don't want people to have to go that far, that biome sizes means finding new biomes can be tricky like that. But that's just my take on this. Those are 5 things about Minecraft Bedrock that I particularly find to be, you know, different, unique, and not in a good way. Let me know if you have any in the comments down below, and make sure that if you do have any bugs like this, you report them to bugs.mojang.com. I'm going to try and tweet this at a few developers, but maybe you should do the same. You know, anyone who, like, again, because I know not every developer has played every edition of Minecraft. That doesn't make sense, but because there is a sizable console community that feels the same way as me, I figured I'd make this video just so the concerns are aware, and, you know, I guess from here, it can go however it like. But one of the things I'm committed to do while playing Minecraft Bedrock is trying to make it a little bit better, because some of these things, again, it won't drive you crazy. It'll just, like, every now and then almost kill you. But I feel like, you know, I feel like in an ideal world, to give you a little bit of a speech here, in an ideal world, we shouldn't have to die in Minecraft just because we forgot the crouching is actually a toggleable thing that turns off your inventory. And I will not, you know, I was going to say I won't sleep until that happens, but I'm going to sleep a lot of times until that happens, but I'd like it regardless. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you liked it. Let me know what you think of this sort of thing. It's been a while since I've done like a letter to the developers, the awesome. But let me know if you want to see more in the comments down below. And also, again, bugs.moyoung.com. Report your bugs if you hate something there, because I will say Minecraft Bedrock feels like the buggiest platform. I say that while playing a beta, of course, but it feels like the buggiest platform, and maybe that's because US people report their bugs. Like, if everyone experiences bugs, but the developers don't know, then the game can't get better. So maybe that's a thing you could do. Or maybe you just want to get back to sleep as well. Maybe I woke you up with a notification, in which case, sorry about that. Go get some sleep. I know I'll probably do that now. So goodbye. And you know what, actually, I agree. Every time between these videos, things do change. So let's just add on a little fun thing at the end here, because after I finished that video, I just kept thinking about little different things that I was like, oh, I could have thrown that in the video, because that's a cool little change, or that's like a different change. So just at the end here, just for fun, as a little bonus, here are 3 things, extra things I love about Bedrock, and 3 extra things that I'm confused about when it comes to Bedrock. The first of which, also most of them are going to involve survival, so the first of which is to do with torches. So this is a common situation, I'm sure we all do from time to time, or maybe it's just me in my huge desert, but basically sometimes you want to remove the block above, you know, like if it's a gravity block, mostly sand and gravel, you remove the top block and then you place a torch there underneath it. It's really hard to do this on Bedrock because the blocks fall much faster. I can't really describe it, but it means that I only have like a 50% success rate on actually placing torches down there. It's really tricky. When it works well, it's good, but it seems like it's inconsistent. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not too sure, but it's something I would say to look at, like the way gravity blocks work, because you used to be able to, on old Minecraft console, place the torch there fast enough that the block would stay up, but I haven't been able to do that yet on this version, which might be a thing that you intend to, or maybe it's good that it's not that way. It's just a thing that I figure I should mention. Another thing that I really am confused about when it comes to Bedrock is the fact that potions, they still work as a percentage. So when you use a strength 2 potion, you get 260% damage, which, as we all know, is super OP. Like, it's levels of OP I can't even properly explain, but basically when I put this on, a diamond sword or a trident or something, it does close to 20 damage. In fact, over 20 damage, and it's insane. You can one-hit kill people without armor, and I like that it exists as the OP form because I like being OP, but I think they're going to nerf it at some point anyway, so if they're going to nerf it, I'd like them to just nerf it soon and get it over and done with. The next thing, speaking of nerfs and whatnot, let's jump a few times off this place just so we can have some real damage on us. So let's jump, as you can see. So I've taken 2 hearts of damage, right? And I want to heal those 2 hearts pretty fast. I have the best food in the game, the golden carrot, so how am I going to do that? I eat 2 golden carrots, but on this version, this is a 1.9 feature for fast regeneration. No matter how good your food is, no matter how high your saturation bar is, you heal at the same terribly slow rate. And yeah, the only way around this is to use golden apples, which to me makes golden apples seem OP, but that's just a thing in this update. 3 things I'm not too big fan of: the lack of fast regen, the fact that they haven't nerfed potions yet. If you don't want to nerf them, don't nerf them, but I feel like they're going to any day now, and it's like, just get it over and done with. I feel like that'd be useful. But 3 things I love about Bedrock, while we're in the engine anyway, is the fact that it has really wild world generation. So you might recognize this world, you probably don't, because I mean, I make a lot of videos and YouTube doesn't show everyone all those videos. You know, we all know how things are these days. So if you haven't seen one of my crazy videos, there's actually a seed which has a shipwreck combined with a stronghold combined with a village. It's a real combination of 3 separate structures, and I love that the Bedrock engine allows for stuff like this to be possible. Like, it's it really is you know, the definition. Oh, I need to get in here quickly. It really is the definition, in my opinion, of like an absolutely just crazy to find thing. There's little air holes in here too. It's a wonderful to explore thing. It's a wonderful thing that it exists, and I love the Bedrock world generation beyond anything else. I think it needs smaller biomes, but I think the way structures can combine is just way better on this version than on Java and on console edition. Second of all, the next thing that I'd say I love is probably going to be the beacon noises. Again, this is a weird one, but I really love the fact that beacons make a noise. I know this is an aquatic feature, but we don't know for sure if it's transferring over. But I love that it feels like a living, breathing machine, like the TARDIS or something ridiculous like that. And yeah, that has to be mentioned as something that I'm a big fan of. And the third thing that I would say is probably to do with, because I would say, I like Minecraft Bedrock for lots of reasons, and one of the big reasons is to do with firework rockets, because it seems like the elytra is just, like, again, I mentioned this in the previous video, so you probably know this, but I've actually evolved my opinion on it at another level. So if you don't know, on Bedrock, you can actually cancel your elytra by pressing space. Sometimes this happens by accident, but usually not anymore. I think they fixed that mostly. But I can cancel my elytra, like here, you can see, now I'm just standing, then I'm flying again. You can rapidly lose altitude like this, and you can use this to lose speed as well. So one of the things I like to do is I like to cancel it, then refly again before entry. So it's like pressing space, then repressing space, or pressing A, then repressing A. And sometimes I like to do it 3 times in a row. So if I'm speeding way too fast towards something, like right here, cancel it, go into it. Okay, I actually messed that one up. I had one time to show off my favorite thing, and I ruined it. But yeah, let me try again. So, okay, let's go back. As you can see right here, I'm flying into this thing. It's too fast, so I cancel, then I uncancel, and I land on the thing. In this case, it's just, I'm doing it all horribly wrong. But you get the point. Cancelling, then uncancelling, and then also, you see, it happened again. The lack of elytra happening. But basically, my point is that being able to cancel the elytra midair is such a cool little feature, and it's definitely underrated, because the cool things you can do with it, like, oh, there we go. As you can see, barely took any damage, despite if I'd have just flown myself into the floor, would have taken a lot. Being able to cancel your elytra allows you to lose altitude, allows you to do some cool stuff, like right here, and then you can actually use that for a speed boost too, because again, if I'm like up here, and I just launch myself down, it's really hard for me to actually cancel the momentum. But if I'm going flying up, and I cancel the elytra, I fall much faster, can use that for a glide down, and there's just lots of cool things you can do with it to feel like a fighter jet rather than a Minecraft character. And, let's be honest, we all want to be fighter jets sometimes in our lives, and that's what I am when I play Minecraft. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let us know you do like this sort of video. Give it a share if you really liked it, and keep checking out the channel if you want to see videos like this one. This is one that I've made for my little trip in New Zealand, so you've probably seen the travel vlog already, but just in case, something huge came out and this is all wrong, this is my disclaimer at the end that, like, please note that Toy Cat does not know things. But yeah, also I love betas, I love lots of different things, and hopefully this video gets to the right people, and even if it doesn't, then I hope you got something from it regardless. Thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.